Unless you wanted to hike over to Enclume and stage another prison break.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that right now.
Right? What they will tell you is that, let me see. The town of Oatvale has been kind to them in that in the past they have there are members of the town who have provided them shelter. They have not instantly turned them over to the authorities. And that it seems like a pleasant and prosperous place. The people just don't want their lives messed with generally. They just want to keep their heads down and enjoy harvesting oats.
Okay, so let's do 3 steps. What I learned from the bandits before we came here,
Mm-hmm.
in case that's a role and it contributes to this. 2, maybe just asking around towns like, hey, I heard there were some people here before. What happened? Get that story. And then 3, actually physically searching once I've narrowed it down.
I like it. I would say I would give, because I like that you're thinking and you're using your resources. I'll give you a bonus D6 for having questioned the bandits beforehand to
Good.
any kind of search roll or question roll. And yeah, if you want to question people, we could start there. That would be, I would say in this case, mind and gossip. You're choosing
Okay.
who you're talking to, right?
All right, so we got
If
the
you can think
bonus
of anything else.
D6. We got
Yeah.
D6 gossip. I do like this that I can just like roll it and it all accumulates. That's nice. And
Yeah.
then mind, I suppose. So another D6. So on just talking around people for the first time, 2 successes already.
All right. So as you poke around, here is the information that you find. Pull up my notes. Okay. The first thing that you hear from some of the younger residents of this town is that the they're terrified of the Enclume soldiers. This is now like their 3rd visit to the town. This is the first time that the noble Emmett has accompanied them, and he is truly terrifying. And they're afraid that people are going to start getting hurt because this guy seems to have a very short temper. You, as this child is basically telling you this, he said, "It's bad. Before this, the worst we had to worry about was, the ghosts, the haunting. But other than that, but truly, this noble is much scarier than any ghosts were. So,
There's a ghost?
place seems to be haunted. According to the child, he says, well, yes, no one's ever seen the ghost, but sometimes you can hear the ghost at night, like a screaming, but you can't tell where it's coming from. You just hear it if you're out at night."
It's very strange. And why would this... Do you know who this ghost is or who he was?
We're not sure. We think well, he says his friend Cherie is pretty sure that it's the ghost of a young girl who drowned in the well.
Oh dear. Terrible. Do you remember what her name was? If someone like that died, someone must have known who she was.
Personally, I think Cherie is full of it. I
Fair,
don't
of
think this
course.
actually happened. My parents said it didn't actually happen. The screaming is just the wind. So,
Hey, so, Red. So,
mm.
I have, like, this weird clue that there might be a ghost involved.
Ooh, yeah, okay. You want to
How about I just go ahead and roll, like, career and supernatural and add that to the queue here, too?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So, let's see. My supernatural dice for this part of the questioning would be a d6 and a d10. So, I'm gonna clear that up. D6, d10. So that's one more success. And a career, because it's my job to deal with ghosts and all this weird nonsense, would be another d10.
Nice.
So 2 successes. Isn't supernatural from my career already? You might be right. What's your feel on that?
I guess that if you were going to roll your career yeah, I guess that does make sense. It kind of falls through, right?
Well,
But
go ahead and decide, because that'll be 1 success more or less.
Yeah. Okay, we'll keep it to 1 success then. We'll keep the original 2 that you rolled. So
Okay. So I go
it's a
around
bonus
and try
1.
to clarify this story about supernatural things while I, a member of the church and high practitioner of white magic, am in town.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you take this information, you ask more about the ghost. Multiple people confirm that there is some very unnerving screams and wails and moans that can be heard at certain times of the night in town. But from their description, it does not sound like a purely like a supernatural phenomena to you. Based on your experience firsthand with the dead, with ghosts and spirits, there is like an inconsistency to it, and this seems like a fairly regular thing. You've heard that there are certain um, strange plants that exhibit behaviors such as this in Calabria. It also could be as simple as particularly sharp winds blowing across exposed
Mhm.
masonry, right?
It could be some kind of blessed magic if there's weird plants moving around.
Also possible. But I'll say there's other information that you manage to glean as you ask around.
Hmm.
Specifically in regards to the bandits that came. I mean, the townsfolk have been asked these kinds of questions for a while now. This is not the first visit of the soldiers, and so they kind of have their story down. And after poking around a little bit, you manage to find someone who's not so afraid of the soldier presence that they're willing to talk to you.
Hmm.
Um, uh, let's see. They say that
Yes, what do you
uh,
remember?
yes, it was the middle of the night, around 2 in the morning. There was the local tavern owner was confronted by 2 of these bandits. I mean, they call them bandits. To my knowledge, they hadn't stolen anything, although I guess on this particular night they attempted to bribe the tavern owner for safe harbor from their pursuers. And if the rumors are to be believed, they intended to pay him with a bag of jewels. Such treasures could only have been taken from the stores of the Enclum royalty. So if that is the case, then, well, I suppose they must have been thieves of some kind.
Hmm.
You'd have to speak to the tavern owner, of course. And at this, he will glance over towards the tavern where you can still hear the sounds of combat or of Emmett shouting. And this sends
Hmm.
shudders down the poor villager's back. And he says, "But I wouldn't if I were you."
I may stick away from there for now. Thank you, though. Okay. So I've now narrowed down some possibilities. There's ghost nonsense I can look into. It's relative to the tavern in some way. Let's do some physical searching while everyone's occupied.
Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna bump down this quota from 12 to 10. Give me
Okay.
some rolls. So typically, searching once again, we will do mind and body. Blah, blah, blah. I
There's
did
some
write it
mind
down.
body.
You got mind, you got body, you got endurance, and you got searching, of course.
Yep. Well, I have one of those. So here's two more d6. Hey, that's one success so far. Let's see what else I can claim for digging around. Local knowledge in the Over domain.
Holy crap! Are you gonna use a local knowledge roll?
I'm gonna use a local knowledge.
Heck
It's gonna roll.
yeah!
Hey, that's a success. That's good. And let's see if I got anything else that's interesting. Hiking, danger sense. Oh, right. There's a ghost related to all of this nonsense. How about I roll supernatural into this?
Okay, yeah, I'll give it.
I am more than certain that it will provide some kind of clue. Of course, looking at all this, that is 2 successes on all of these dice so far. So my first bout of this did not get very far.
Turns out it was old
Right.
man Jenkins in a mask.
All right.
So
So
what
I'm at
you
2 for the search so far.
Yeah, so I will give you this though. As you are conducting your search, you can see two things. One, that a lot of the town seems to have been turned over already. There's a lot of like farming equipment that certainly has been taken down from racks and has yet to be put back up and lays in piles. You also come across a number of a few more soldiers. Let's see. There was one by the carriage. There were 3 in the tavern. So you come across 4 more Enclume soldiers in pairs of 2 who are also doing exactly what you're doing. They're combing through the town. They're overturning buckets. They're just looking anywhere that you could think to stash a sword. And so far, they don't seem to have taken any notice of you, but you imagine your paths might cross if you continue this pursuit.
Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and keep going, or at least as until such time that you think everyone else catches up to me.
Yeah, at this point, I will say, at this point, the rest of the group, or at least the duel is concluded. It seems like you have been kicked out of the tavern, or at least Connor has been kind of kicked out of the tavern where these townsfolk are being berated. I mean, that's true. It wasn't a very long duel, but yeah. For this narrative's sake, the party can be reconvened.
Right, and I'll go ahead and share what I've learned with Sir Connor, that there's some weird ghostly activity in town. Might not actually be one, but I suspect it has something to do with all of this. Maybe it's the appearance of our good incorporeal friend, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Also, I've heard from the local gossip the tavern is necessarily involved due to a very heavy bribe. Talking there could get us something and point us more in the right direction. But I believe right now I should go ahead and continue searching. If you want to assign someone to go talk or go do it yourself, that might make things easier for us if you come bring us that information.
I think I'll leave it up to Anushka and you to befriend the populace.
Like I
I've
said,
been
I'd like to
seen
continue
trying to
searching.
defend them, so I think it might make it a little easier for them to trust me, but I'm not going to put all my eggs into that basket.
All right.
So maybe if you could visit the local church and start offering free medical services while you yourself are being tended to.
Well, there's already men in town directly looking for it. We are short for time.
That is
If we
true.
don't search first and foremost, we will not beat them to it. So as I said, I will continue searching. Anushka,
So,
would you like to search with me?
Of course. I can't think of anything I'd want to do more.
All right.
so what I will do is I will throw myself through the front doors as a drunken man would and demand drink. I will
You're going
cause
back
a
in?
great scene, and you will do what you must while I occupy those in charge.
Wonderful.
Got it.
Enough to give the doctor a bonus D8.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah. Connor has no presence, but he has a D10 in deceit. That should carry this.
Okay, I'll let you use, well, deceit in terms of you're trying to act like you're
Acting drunk.
hmm
Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you.
Also, remember to clear your dice
acting.
pool before you roll again, Doctor.
Yeah, that's what I did. I reset it because I wanted to make sure the dice were correct, so that's what I just did. Do Connor's actions also provide an assistance dice?
Let's have him roll, and if he can get a success, then yeah, we'll give you an assist as well.
All right.
Okay. So currently
Okay,
I have
so-
my present roll, and we'll see how that goes.
This will be
Not great.
will, then etiquette, then
I'll do it.
deceit.
Well, I guess a knowledge of etiquette is implied, so yeah, okay. It's like anti-etiquette.
That is, in fact,
Yeah,
his
he's
business, then.
basically breaking every rule, and
Yep.
he's doing it with malice aforethought.
I like it. You got to know the rules to break them.
So on the second check, that is 4 successes. I am 6 in. We are making
nice.
good progress, Anushka.
Well, it's not in the sky.
I'd hope it isn't buried up there.
Also, like, more importantly, it's like, yeah, I would, look around. Mostly,
That'd be some
hired an
football
equivalent
stuff.
hierarchy.
Bury the sword up in a cloud. Only the dragon can go get it.
There you go.
Well, don't the Acomans do sky burial?
Well, I mean, also the Zongis have sky vaulting, and we have been met with, not very far away from here, that Zongis Trading Company.
Yeah. Okay, so
There's no specifically anti-weather manipulation laws here.
Right.
Not yet.
So Connor, did you make your distraction roll yet?
He did. It was 3 successes, actually. It was a 8-4-4.
Yeah,
That
so
wasn't a 4-4?
4-4-8, yeah.
You weren't counting the dice on top, are you? Because that's what 4
I was
plus
counting
4
his
is.
roll specifically.
No, I'm saying the die on top is just the total of all the dice together. He rolled 2 4s.
Yeah, no, those were each of the individual rolls.
Yeah, 2 4s.
Okay. All right. So in that case, Connor, you're basically as you go in, stumbling drunk or acting stumbling and drunk, and it's funny because the scene is such that this nobleman is currently threatening physical violence against these peasantry. The peasants know there's literally nothing they can do about it. They are shaking with fear. And in all of it, you come stumbling in, and it's almost like you're interrupting a play. Like, for a moment, everyone forgets their role in this horrible social structure and is just focused on you being kind of a buffoon, especially considering your status. This seems to enrage Emmett even more. It pulls your ire from them towards you. And he says, I suppose I should not expect more from the Ekrevis clan, and he is going to order you escorted to the edge of town by several of his men. And we lost Rafferty.
Drat. 'Cause I was going to slap him one.
Yeah, no, Emmett is not going to come within slapping range of you. He's not really a fighter. He's more of just a pompous jerk. But his men are fighters, and I think they're going to escort you out. But the entire thing takes a while. It definitely, and it causes them to pull some of their other search party off to help.
Yeah, because he's going to fight getting thrown out with all of his might. He's not going to try to hurt anybody, but he's going to use his D10 body and improved strength to try to just push through them.
You are a noble causing an incident and hiding behind your high law. This is exactly what they can't do anything about.
Right. I would say if you had not already exhausted your nobility gift, though, this probably would exhaust it. I think acting in this way definitely hurts your stature, at least among the people who have seen it. So,
I mean, I assume that's why they're able to throw him out, because he made an agreement on a roll that he rolled his nobility on, and now he's breaking it. Like, fuck it, he's out.
Yep, he's out. Just get him out of here. This is a mess.
I'm also just imagining what Harmon is doing this entire time as I'm just walking around with Connor. And it's just like, I'm not doing anything, right? He's getting thrown out. I'm just following along.
It's get out of here for a moment.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Gotcha.
Because I just follow him along. Hey, isn't that the guy who won the grand tournament? Yep. That's me.
Does your friend there talk? He's whoa, big fella.
Harmon, you're basically just watching this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just following
Makes
Connor
sense.
along. Connor gets into a duel. I'm just off on the side of the camera. Connor walks
Alright.
back in, pretends to be drunk. He's an asshole. Harmon's just standing there in the background.
So we're making progress, and Red, you said like you lowered it down to 8 total successes, right?
So what I actually ended up doing was just gave you a freebie 2 successes. So based on my math, you've got 4 successes left.
6.
6?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we've done 6, so yeah, 4 left if it's at 10 then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we do as well this time as we did just now, then everything should be good. Anushka, would you like to roll your assistance once again?
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of drama, this is the last check you get to make before you're crossing paths with the guards.
Right.
Probably mostly on lookout duty for the guards, not so much like, telling you where to search. So yeah, I fill out the map, and then you decide which locations in the map you want to visit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've got like a
And-
nicely drawn map, but it's got a bunch of X's on it where you've just crossed off and scribbled out every place you've checked.
This makes it so much easier. I can just follow a pattern and actually not go places I've been.
Yeah, I can just climb the towers because I cheat because I have no clue.
Mhm.
So yeah, D8 bonus for me.
Okay. And Sir Connor, you're probably not doing another distraction, I think, right?
Nah, that ship sailed.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll ignore one of the D8s that's going to get re-rolled here, because I'm just going to click the button.
Cool.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've done it. We've reached 10, and before they manage to get to it, we get to it first.
All right, I like it. The day is waning.
It doesn't bother me.
I know it doesn't bother Anushka. And there's still some
Finally, I
light
take
out.
these like sunglasses off.
But yes, so Doctor, you feel like you have pawed over every single pebble in this miserable little town, and you've done so with an eye over your shoulder, hoping not to cross paths with these soldiers. And
Mhm.
finally, you are confident that you have excavated every inch of the place with one exception. And as you're on the edge of town, sort of looking in, you walk up and you lean an elbow on the old well, and you're looking out over your work, and you hear a moaning, a sort of a quiet little sigh or maybe scream issuing from down deep in the well. And as you look down,
Ghost.
you're not sure, but you think you can see the glittering of, well, you see reflected light off of the water at the bottom of the well, but you also see like a silver blue glitter that you think could be light reflecting off of a blade at the bottom of this well.
Ooh. How deep is the well in terms of, like, the water?
And while he's asking about how deep the well is, I'm going in.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I
Dropping right
can't
down.
swim, but, Mishka goes for it.
I'm gonna say it'd be very hard for you to gauge from up here, but Anushka, as you descend into the darkness at the bottom of this well,
Also, when I'm going in the well, I can tell you how deep it is because I can echolocate.
cool, yeah.
Hey.
So before even touching the water, you can see that at its deepest point, right at the bottom of the well, it would be up to your waist. So not deep enough to worry about drowning, but definitely would get your boots soggy.
Hey, you can drown in waist deep water. I'm on to you.
I mean, well, yeah.
You can
Sorry.
drown in one hand worth of water.
Misdirection. That's true. Drown in a
But
puddle.
anyway, I'm just surprised the sword hasn't rusted because you can't just leave steel in water. We don't have, like, what nonsense is this?
It's true. So here's what you see as you descend into the cave. Into the well. The well opens up. It's actually been dug into what appears to be a bit of a cavern.
Oh, there's the entire Thieves Guild down here. Damn it.
I know. Oh no. No. So as you descend in, you can hear sort of these whispery sighs. But as you look around, you can see there's this kind of shallow pool. There is a bucket suspended by a winch. And around the edge of this pool, and there's not a lot of light down here either. There's the fading light of the evening, filtering down, reflecting off of the water, but it's pretty dark. If it's not for your echolocation, you wouldn't know how the dimensions of this cavern.
Right.
As it stands at the edge of this little pool that seems to have an underground river or creek of some sort that empties into this basin, you can see there's a sandy shore, and that growing among the edges of this shore are leafy greens. You think it could be some sort of root vegetable like turnips or carrots.
Wait a minute. So the water from the ocean comes into the well?
You're not sure where
There's no ocean here. There's local fresh water though. There's like a river nearby.
So there's a freshwater lake here. And
you wouldn't want to get your well water from ocean water anyway. That would be
weird. That's what I was thinking. That would make no sense. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I want the shiny thing because this is the sword.
Exactly. So you can see that the glint of this sword is it's sort of like half sticking out of the at the edge of this pool, basically surrounded by these leafy vegetables. And it's certainly a sword, and it doesn't look rusted yet.
Well, good news. I mean, if this is it, they just tossed it down a well. I'll just go ahead and wrap it up. Put it with, sling it over my back with the standard. Well, actually, waist with the normal parcels. And let's see. I guess it's actually wider in here. So yeah, I can get a good headwind. I'll go ahead and fly back up.
Okay. That happens exactly as you say, except that none of it happens because as you approach, one of these leaves twitches. This carrot, or what you thought was a carrot of pretty impressive size, seems to move of its own accord. You think you can make out a face in the twisted root structure, and the face lets out a horrible scream.
I knew you listened to our podcast.
Sorry, what?
It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I knew you listened to our podcast. We were talking about silly monsters.
Well, this game has some silly monsters, and it's been a while since any of them have made an appearance.
Well, yeah, monsters are the thing I fear the most because they're so do we? Are you surprising me? Is it initiative?
It is initiative. Well, yes, I will say definitely roll initiative.
Of course, so I roll initiative.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, I only have one success. So,
you're not reeling.
Well,
very least.
But also means but most important means I can have a weapon ready. That's what the initiative roll is for, to see if I have a weapon ready. So I can't think of. Actually, you're a plant monster. So I have learned the lesson of Gaston. I would draw the martial sword. Oh wait, I'm ambidextrous. I would draw both weapons. What am I thinking? All right, so you get to go first.
Yes, and the first move is a scare attempt.
Well, that's going to end your turn because it's a stunt.
It is a stunt, yes. Well, that's assuming I only have one. There's actually a bunch of these plants, but this is the first action I'm taking, which is this scare.
It's too easy. I can't believe the sword was just down here. Oh, wait, it's full of monsters.
Full of monsters. So yes, a strange mandrake creature, and it's a scary one. So you're going to roll body, will, and presence, or become afraid. They are rolling 3d10.
Those monsters. Oh, hate you guys. Who writes this game? All right, so that's body, will, and I don't have any presence. All right, I got a whopping 5.
All right, I got a 9 and an 8. There's
no one to sweep to. You terrify me.
Indeed, terrified, which is a very strong version of afraid.
That's the afraid I can't get rid of.
Yeah. As the sword is almost in your grasp, but as you look around, you see all of these small monsters climbing their way out of the soil, and this one large one. These are mandrakes for future reference.
Yeah, I
and
think
they
they
let
get a
out.
specific bonus against afraid or terrified targets.
They do. They do get
Yeah.
a bonus to attack.
Right. So one of them jumps up and screams at me.
Yes, this one is
Uh,
actually now seems to be clutching the sword, or the sword seems to be embedded somehow in its body.
Well, so in other words, when I went to go grab the sword is actually embedded in the mandrake.
Yes,
Wow,
it's screaming at your face.
It's incredibly difficult, doesn't it? Well, good to know. What's all the other critters doing?
Right now, the doctor is up top by the entrance of the well, probably listening to horrible screams.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn. Oh, and then the other critters are just readying. They're pulling themselves out of the soil. So
Ali!
yes, okay, and you can very easily make your way back to the well itself and scamper up to the rim.
Well, we're gonna need some more people. I'm assuming that since I was terrified, I didn't actually get a good look or a good count.
We're gonna say no.
Well, hey Doc, it's berserk down there, and not in the good way.
Oh dear, I heard a bit of it. You saw the ghost then?
No. I saw a bunch of monsters, like that killed Gaston, the ones that haunt my nightmares every night.
Oh, you mean Vaslov's guards are down there?
Say Gaston was killed by people.
Gaston was killed by a monster.
He was killed by people in the town.
He was killed by people.
He was killed in town.
Oh,
aren't you
that's
holding
right,
the
he survived
sword to
monster.
remember him?
No, I'm sorry. That's right. We survived the monster encounter. We almost died with the monster encounter. We did die Televega's hand.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, it's full of monsters.
Perhaps we should grab Sir Connor and let him deal with it.
Yeah. I will also say that the scream that was let out was so loud and ear-splitting, you heard it up above the well, Doctor, and you think that people in the town probably heard it too. It was a serious scream, and you wouldn't be surprised if someone came to check it out.
Well, yes, I would. Because some of the locals saying, yeah, the well's haunted. Scream! That sounds like it came from the well. Well, good reason to stay far away from the haunted well. I'm a medieval peasant.
Perhaps we could have Connor put on airs, but he's just been causing a ruckus. We need to use their trust and say that we're going to exercise it.
Yeah, I mean, because the next thing would be, okay, yep, time to go get our local priest or local witch hunter to go ahead and deal with the horrible scream. That's what we give them 10% of our income for. And then they go to the church and find, church is closed. Just sudden holiday. But I mean, no, the real problem is that there's other people searching for the sword, which means they may have heard the scream. But all of this is something a rational person would do. I have just had the bejeebers scared out every fiber of my being. We are far too close to this well, and we need to increase our distance with it. Starting now, I say, grabbing the hand of the doctor and increasing distance.
We'll move away for a little bit, and I'll help Anushka calm down.
Then we'll move away for a little bit more.
Okay, as you are making...
I'm explaining to you the sheer volume, it's the sound and quantity of the monsters.
How many were there?
More than I could count.
Dozens and dozens. More than you could count. They were coming out of the walls.
I mean, at first you said the area was just filled with a bunch of detritus and plants. I just assumed, okay, it's a shitty well, it's full of garbage. But then some of them started to move. By the time, in order to do a count or look around, focus is not just the waiting action, it's also the look around and see what's going on action, because we figured they were the same thing. And they terrified me the first round, so I had no time to look at anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'm not saying dozens and dozens in character as your GM. I'm saying that's probably what...
idea. There's one giant monster that screamed at me at point blank range, and there were others in the periphery, and I didn't get focus, on my initiative check, and I didn't make a good observation roll. No. It was just more than one, which is too
Still
many.
a problem.
No, we need to get Harmon. We need to get Harmon. Harmon knows no fear. I mean, I know it's my, statement that I know no fear, but no, I do know fear. Today I learned fear.
It's hard to serve with joy when you're terrified.
I know.
Then let's go
Dear-
grab Harmon and tell him what's going on.
Dear diary, today I learned what fear was. It's apparently a plan.
Today I witnessed another genocide.
Harmon. There you are. Good we found you. I'm sure you heard the scream.
I mean, only unless everybody in town heard the stream, because I've technically been with Connor this whole time, who was getting escorted to the edge of town.
Yeah, I think that
I'm guessing
probably
people nearby would have heard it, and people with keen ears would have heard it even further away.
that's what I was gonna say. If you had keen ears, you would have definitely heard it. But you're a donkey. I don't know if they get keen ears.
No,
I don't
I
think
don't have
they do.
keen ears.
No. Okay. Well, I think we know what we need to do, and apparently there's some terrible monsters in the way.
Can you describe what it was like down there?
Dark, wet, I presume.
I'm sorry,
and...
Doctor. I appreciate what your input is, but can Anushka tell me since she was down there?
Oh, Anushka, if you're calm now, go ahead.
So I think terrified cures in like 5 minutes or something, like a scene length.
Yeah, terrified eventually wears off about 5 minutes later. I mean, it's basically, afraid. Yeah, afraid and panicked also wear off 5 minutes later, but terrified, you have to be away. You have to flee. You're gone. So yeah, but even though it wears off in game terms, I still had the crap scared out of me. So no, it's I repeat everything the good doctor said. So there's a monster down there, and the sword is stuck in.
Right,
It's
right.
really scary.
What I'm trying to get Harmon to know what the lay of the land is, so that if he's going to go down there, he knows which way to go to not be standing in waist-high water.
Well, in fact, the way you described it, it sounded like there was another way in.
Yeah, you could see that there's sort of there's probably another way in, but it would mean finding the entrance of this underground river or a passage underground. So if you wanted to search for one, you could try to.
Well, I'm thinking, because we have the problem where not only is this drop into the well where you can't actually retreat or anything like that, but also Harmon is a giant, so it could be conceivable that he might not be able to fit down the well.
Oh,
I'm gonna say he can in this case.
I would say if I can fit down the well's aperture, then we should be fine. And you're saying I can.
I'm disappointed if you say he actually can fit down the well, but that's what you said. So
I mean, getting him out of the well is the other question, because that bucket is designed to carry maybe 30 pounds of water, probably not whatever Harmon weighs.
And also and of course my favorite D&D table, armor effects on character width. I mean, Harmon is enormous. You don't make wells that big. You make them big enough to get the bucket up and down.
Look, you don't know how many kids died down that well.
Well, apparently lots of them. Well, the same thing to be believed. I didn't see a lot of bones down there. That's true. So, so I guess the monsters need the bones. Yeah. So the well itself would be pretty narrow, and Harmon is not only Harmon's enormous. He's 9 feet tall. And what armor are you wearing?
Aerith.
So big, giant steel plate.
Best armor in the world.
Right. So yeah, he's bigger than a space marine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the upside to all of this, I think, is that all the armored paladins going around certainly aren't going to be going down the well.
Well, you and I were searching the area today, so we've already searched the area, and I have Dead Reckoning. Let's see, I'm a microbat. Do I actually get spelunking? I don't think I get spelunking.
And clearly what we need to do is we need to find the very abandoned inn near the water's entrance, but the Italian mafia is holding a bunch of kids. Wait, what are we doing again?
Not the Italian mafia. They're the what were they called? Oh, forget it. Anyway,
they are Italian. You can't deny that they are Italian.
I've got well, I'm not Chris Pratt. No. So I've got Dead Reckoning and Geography, and we search the area, and I specialize in finding addresses. So since we've been down there and been searching the area, I could have a good guess on where the underground cave entrance would be. I'd like to go ahead and guess at that.
Hey, that's
Doctor,
great.
you were with me all day. Would you like to assist me?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
So what dice should I be rolling to assist you?
Oh, searching is what we did today.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Oh, and local knowledge. Oh, wow, I am not very good at helping you.
That's annoying. If you re-roll a die, it can knock dice that are already in there around.
Oh no.
Well, it shows the result on the side table. I don't think, like, if it gets knocked around, it changes, does it?
Does it?
Oh, it totally does.
Yeah,
Oh,
it totally
great.
does.
You can
Decide.
cheat and modify your rolls. I got no successes on mine, though.
Yeah, that die totally. You had no success. That's okay because I got 4. I got 3 successes, and I got to roll the d12, re-roll the d12 because I'm looking for an address. So I have 4 successes. So it's like, hey guys, I'm a bat. I know cave. I'm a bat messenger. I know if I have to deliver something underground, I know how to get in.
Gotcha.
So
let me see what
I take my best guess on, well, look, the water would have come in here based on your water table, that kind of stuff from the aerial view. Let's go over here. I don't know what's over there, but we'll go there. And also, we're going in force. We have Connor and Harmon with us. So if anyone opposes us, politely shove them out of the way.
And it's outside of town, so Connor being kicked out doesn't matter.
Right.
That's a fair point.
Connor got kicked out for being, well, that's good. The trick here, though, is we need to make sure we're not being followed. So everyone try not to look conspicuous, I say, slowly turning towards Harmon.
I want to just pat Connor's shoulder and go, first time, huh?
I mean, I'm never gonna change.
First time. Meaning,
Getting kicked out for being
Get
too
kicked out of
rowdy.
yeah.
To be young
Nice.
again.
All right. Well,
Also noble.
the sound did attract at least one of these search parties of guards, accompanied by one of the villagers, who they dragged along to investigate. You see, as you are leaving, you see that they're sniffing around the well, but no one seems keen on actually going into the well. And I could have you roll to be followed, but I honestly don't think anyone would be in a position to want to follow you out. Everybody who's in the village has stuff to do in the village, so I think that you guys will be able to get away unpursued. And Anushka, you are able to find several, maybe like a mile out, an entrance into a cave system that, based on your knowledge of geography, you're fairly sure will lead you back towards this well, into this underground cave system. That's what 4 successes will get you. You manage to find the entrance, get everybody in, and navigate back. And it takes you a little bit of time picking around through the dark, but you do manage to get them there. And before too long, you can hear the sound of the well water. You can smell it on the air again, and you can hear the quiet moans and the occasional sharp screech of these mandrakes as they are settling back into the soil. I remind everyone that it's very dark down here, so if someone wants to light a torch or some sort of light
made
source.
for this occasion.
Are you?
Yeah, Blind Fighter specifically says it can cover this kind of scenario as well.
Oh, okay then.
As was dictated before, it's not so much for long marches at night, but so cave spelunking. That's what I'm here for.
Well, given that I am your local person who should not be fighting, I will carry the torch and I'll have the wand in the other hand.
I like it.
Instead of
Okay,
the
so
staff.
you guys, if we're still looking at our map here, it seems like we have maybe sorting out our Roll20 issues, but...
Well, Roll20's fixed.
Oh, it's fixed. Okay, so maybe we want to jump back over. I actually think this would be a good...
Yeah, if we're about to jump into a break. Apparently, I am just too old for Roll20 now. I'm an ancient account with a bunch of ancient maps and campaigns. And this was just one of
Nice.
them, so we just had to make a quick copy, and the copy has no problem connecting to the servers.
Wonderful.
Oh,
then.
fantastic. Good to know. Okay, well, let's take a 5-minute break. I'm going to set up this map in Roll20. I'm going to get something to drink.
And I have to
Sounds
rehash
good.
the
Catch you
overlay
guys in a bit.
back for Roll20, so I'll
Oh,
be
yeah,
here
okay.
for... And we'll technically be live, because I have to do this on the live stream.
Gotcha.
Are we all going to need new macros?
No, should be the same stuff. Just click
There
the
they are.
link, and you tell
Wait, how
me.
did you log in? I'm still not in.
Did you use... So it's a new game, so the link is in the chat. Did you try that one?
Yeah,
Oh, let me try that one then.
I even
Okay.
pinned it, with the knowledge that somebody might not look at the chat we've been talking in.
Look at that. It works. Okay. Let me upload this map.
Just so everybody gets the right idea, when Connor faced Ferdinand, he used the mace.
I thought you were about to say, just so everyone has the right idea, when Connor faced Ferdinand, he really wasn't trying that hard.
Well, he didn't want to kill him. There is at least that to be said.
Yeah, that's why
Yes.
Harmon didn't butt in. Harmon is carrying this sword only kills sword.
Only use in case of killing.
In fact, I'm taking knockout strike
Let me keep that,
eventually.
son of a bitch.
Break out in case of Grim Reaper. Okay, which one is this? That's the map.
Got thumb buttons on my mouse that serve no purpose except for accidentally hitting back on web pages when I'm trying to upload stuff. It's perfect. Uploaded anyway though, so that's good.
Okay, we got the map right now. I just need to correct the entire roles area.
Okay. This is going to be a close quarters fight, I think. We're actually going to...
If only this time had come better. I ordered some food a little while ago, and it should be here well into the fight.
Way too small. Let's do... That's better. Okay.
Just hitting as a test.
Okay. All right, I'll be right back.
I'm just here chilling out.
Back. What I missed?
Welcome back. Not much. Just setting things up, it seems.
Yeah, it's gonna be full of horrible monsters. This is gonna suck.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, in case you two are listening, the scripts aren't currently loaded into this copy of the game, so the
So the scripts
auras.
are what's causing the problem?
No. The game we were in was so old, apparently it was having a hard time connecting to the servers.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder why it chose today to break.
I don't know. But the copy detected a problem with the scripts, though, so it didn't import the scripts. So my auras aren't on there, and the namer isn't on there. Shouldn't be a problem for right now, but just got to go back to the old token status effects. It's an easy fix. All I got to do is re-implement a couple of things.
You do push the envelope pretty hard. Yeah, I keep threatening. It's like, must reinstall map tools.
Thanks for waiting. Okay.
Give me one sec. I'm actually seeing if I can fix something real quick.
Okay.
I like being huge, large.
Big boy, large lad.
So actually, that makes me think. Like, we started playing this game a year ago, but I guess the Roll20 was made far longer ago.
So what happened was when we started playing, I had made the game. We actually just switched to Theta's game probably like a month or two ago because when we started using the macros, because he had set up all the macros, and it was easier for us to just use his game for that.
Okay. So this must have been one he just, like, pulled out of the deep, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if this was a game that he used for a different Ironclaw session or if this was like a scratch paper for him practicing like setting up macros and things.
Mhm.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, we were going I was asking, so when did you make that Roll20?
A long time ago.
Okay, so you just recycled it in the end.
Yeah, it's probably the
Yeah.
old times of Roll20 itself. Hold on. You might want to restart your or refresh your page.
Okay.
I think everything, all my old implementations should be back again. What map are we on? We're down here.
Give all
so...
these mandrakes. Yeah.
Yep. So afraid if you have ever used the the status macros that I made, they're now working again.
That's cool. I actually have not. But that's okay. I just rely on you guys.
Well, you mean you'll be relying on me then?
Yep.
Well, I mean that's also the same camera. That's also the same macro work that makes the namer work. So we're
Is
back
there
to...
something? I'm glad that it's still there. It's still working for you. Is there something that I need to just like enable on my end? Because I don't see the name macros either. I guess maybe I have to actually like set it up, copy and paste it.
Whatever you had it on before should still be there. It's on your side. Macros are always on your side. They're not me. I give you the code.
Then, yeah.
You have to put them in.
So I'll have to do that again. That's okay though.
Oh, really? Because all of my macros and everything are still here. This is just a copy. It's literally a copy of the other game.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why they're not here then, but they're not.
Like
but
all of my
it's not a
Harmon
deal breaker.
macros, my ally macros that don't matter anymore are still here. Everything is here.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad it's there for you because you guys are the ones that really use it. So
I mean, you
I'll
did
set it up.
refresh the page, right? Like I said.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah, it should still be there.
I don't know. In any case, we need a Harmon token. We need an Anushka token.
Where?
Out here, and then I'll drop the grid.
Where's out here?
Bottom right, the bottom rightmost map, the one with the underground cave.
No, I meant where on the map.
Oh, I think where Connor and the doctor are.
See, I was about to drop myself in the bottom right of the map.